This is the ultimate guide to getting a job in United States in 2024 or 2025 whenever you're watching this, if you are an international student. So why should you listen to me? See, I was an international student myself. I have been working in the tech industry for 8 years. I have been a hiring manager for last 6 years, and I have hired people for different roles like software engineer, data scientists, and product managers. So I understand how the industry works and how hiring works. And that is why I will give you like this 5-step job guide that will help you land jobs faster and effectively. But before we dive into how to do the job search, understand how the job market is shifting is essential. So for example, if you right now type software engineer on LinkedIn, you will find roles like cloud engineers, full stack developer, Node.js developer, Android, iOS. This means the companies are getting more specific and want specialists versus generalists. In 2024, it's better to be really good at that one thing than be okay at many. So the first thing that you want to do if you're planning to apply for a job is to assess your skills. You need to start by knowing what are you really good at and where can you improve. Identify your key skills and strength and what sets you apart from others. This self-awareness will help you present yourself to potential employers. And on that note, so the first contact which you make with your potential employer is the 1-page document, maybe 2-page, is your resume. And you're probably at this point, I'm a fresher, I don't even know what to put in my resume. Don't overthink this, don't complicate it. Start by including any volunteer work, relevant passion projects that you worked on, coursework, projects you had in the classes, maybe you participated in hackathons or competitions or conferences. All of these are valuable even without formal work experience. You need to avoid spending too much time thinking like, I have to have a perfect resume versus just get started. And to make your job easy, I got something special for you. It's Teal. Teal is a fantastic AI resume building tool that can help you make your desired resume in seconds. Let me show you how it works. So this is a Teal website. You can see the option of AI resume builder on the top, and it can tailor your resume in each job in seconds. So you just have to put your info once and you can upload your current resume that we talked about, or you can put your LinkedIn profile, and tada, Teal will build that resume that you need based on the design that you pick. What I love about Teal is that how you can use their AI feature to write effective and relevant bullet points to the job that you are applying to. Not just that, as you can see, like I can select and deselect the bullet points based on the job that I'm applying to. And in my opinion, this is a game changer when it comes to resume customization, because this is where a lot of people spend time. So now you can just unselect and select whichever you want and apply for the job. And you can also make your job search even more impactful with the AI generated resume summaries, achievements, and cover letters. So if you want to make effective resume in no time, you can get started today for free. Link in the description. Highly recommend it. Okay, so now that you have resume done, you want to start applying for your jobs, but do not apply mindlessly. That takes me to the next step, which is skill assessment. Do this before applying to each job. Align your skills with the job description, and before you send out like your resume every single place, take a moment to reflect and see, do you really have the skills? And sometimes it can be even opposite. You might have the skills and you think that, oh, I don't have this 20% of the skills, I match 80% or 70%. Don't hesitate, you should still go ahead and apply. And guess what, like you can also use Teal here because it tells you the matching percentage of like how close you fit to that job description, and then use Teal's AI resume builder to select which experiences to include in each resume. It's amazing. So if you have skills, that's great, you are on the right track. But if you don't have the right skills, don't worry, it's actually time to build up those skills. So step 3 comes is building the skills that you really need. Look at the skills that are in demand in your field, and is there a course or a certification or projects that you can work on that would help build those skills. Invest in those opportunities to grow. It's not just filling the gaps, but it's actually making yourself a top candidate where recruiters can't neglect you. Patience is key here. Focus on building the right skill set and building your profile. Now, let's move on to the step 4, which is after you have assessed, aligned, and build the skills, you need to actually start applying for the job. start with Google Jobs, LinkedIn Jobs, find the job posting that you are aiming for and start applying. And here's most people tend to make one mistake. They see the job post seeking people having 1 to 2 years of experience or 3 years of experience. Don't get hung up too much on that part, because even if it's listed that it's gonna require 3+ of your experience, you never know. You should still apply because sometimes it might not matter as much. And trust me, I have personally hired people where we said that we needed 3+ of your experience and they didn't have it, but they did have really solid profile. So it's all about marketing yourself so good that we can't ignore you but hire you. So remember, it's more about showing what you can actually do through that resume and through your profile. As you develop new skills, make sure to keep updating your resume. This is also the key part. Like if you work on different projects, maybe add that in your resume. Again, employers love when the candidates are not just like skilled but also actively upgrading themselves. So if there are new technology like AI or LLMs and you've built something, add it in there, because then they will see that you are like up to date with the market. Now that you've done those 4 steps, the 5th step is where like the things get really interesting, because this you open up and start using your network that you have built. And if you haven't built it, start building those networks, because you've got the skills and you see an opening at your dream company. What's next? What more can you do other than just apply a cold application? Well, instead of just applying to the job without realizing like who is hiring and what is going on behind the scenes, you can tap into the power of networking. Many jobs are actually hired internally or through referrals. In fact, 60 to 70% jobs get done that way. So if you're new, you don't have work experience, referrals can be the game changer for you. Reach out to your networks for your recommendation. This could be your key in getting into the door, right? Meeting people in person is great. Obviously, go to competitions, conferences, and meet people in person. But a quick way is to get started on LinkedIn and build profile on LinkedIn. You can start sharing content on LinkedIn. You don't have to become a content creator. Just whatever you're learning in day to day, start posting that as well. Maybe post some stuff that you are interested in that might be relevant to the company that you are interested in. And that's how some folks get noticed by the company and the recruiters. They're like, oh, he actually is posting about us for a very long time. And what people do not realize is that LinkedIn is just more than a job search start, right? Like it's a hub for professional connection and it's your like online resume. So you want to have a solid profile. And if you don't know how to get started on LinkedIn, I've actually created a 100-page book or a guide. Check out the link in the description. You might be interested in that as well. So again, let's go tactically. Let's say you found a job that you love in the company. You might want to go into their company's page, find the employees that are working in there, in the similar roles, start having the conversation, ask them about like what does their day look like, and start building that conversation. And maybe you'll get some insight which you might not know. And maybe that person will now help you connect with the recruiters. And that's how I got one of the job offers without even applying to the company. Networking is about building genuine relationships. So obviously don't make it like your first message should never be like, hey, can you refer me to that job? Actually like understand what they are doing and maybe offer something that they couldn't do. So offering the value first is always a good thing. And then in return, they might feel like, okay, I want to do something nice for this person as well. But again, networking takes time. It's not a transaction. It is worth it. So spend time in building those key relationships. Okay. And so that is it. If you follow these steps, knowing the job trends, assessing and aligning your skills, building the skills that you actually need for the job, effective networking, you are bound to get a job. Trust me. And I know the market is rough right now, but don't give up. Like you might not even know that how close you were to getting a job offer or an interview call. So don't give up. Keep doing it. Sometimes it is the numbers game when it comes to like job market and job hunting. And trust me, the more you apply and the better your chances get. So even if you feel like you are not the top candidate or you don't have the top resume, just go ahead and apply, because sometimes you don't know what can click. But also another thing that keep in mind is like as you go on applying more and more jobs, it might be frustrating to keep track of every single thing. And this is also where job application tracker like Teal has it's all in one spot. You can keep track of everything in that one spot. It's like having a personal job search organizer, so that if you've applied and you want to go back, like what was the job description about that, you can go back and revisit it. And one of the cool feature is that it also has an autofill job application feature. This automates your application filling in those repetitive questions sometimes, so you don't have to. So yes, go and apply for those jobs. Hopefully you get it. So again, you can get started with Teal for free, link in the description. And I believe in you. You got this. Don't give up. And by the way, LinkedIn video is right here. There's 4 tips that I've talked about, so you might want to watch that as well. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. You gotta hustle every single day.